Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, as you can see, a lot of things are different. The backdrop is different. I have a beanie on, but that does not stop the news that I've got to share with you right now. Michigan has introduced a new assault weapons ban, and it is everything that you don't want to see. Now, the important thing to understand before we go further, this is not going to affect the current legislative session in Michigan. This is going towards the next session when they have the House, the Senate, and Gretchen Whitmer. It's deep blue, and now that this is introduced, it can be rolled over and readopted next legislative session. Now, that's where we're at. I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. Everything is going to be linked in the description box below. And if you are new, we would love to have you subscribe, help the channel grow. It would be amazing to have you in the fold, and thank you so much in advance for your consideration, because we're always trying to earn that subscription and help the channel grow with you. But with that said, let's dive into this, because again, the important thing here is not this legislative session, it's 2023. Check this out. Michigan Democrat-controlled legislature could push semi-automatic firearms ban in 2023 session. Again, it's linked down there if you want to see it. Representative Pepper of Dearborn hopes new leadership in the House will take up the issue. Now, this kind of stacks on what we've seen previously, and we did a video on that was all about the things that Gretchen Whitmer mentioned when she was going to push for gun safety, what we would call gun control. She went after magazine bans, she went after raising the age limits, and she went after really the red flag laws. Those were the three things that she mentioned. Well, this is a little bit different, and we'll see where this goes, but make sure that we follow this because this is important. Now, this article came out today. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Newly introduced bills in Lansing would ban future sales and ownership of semi-automatic rifles and the open carry of them in Michigan. On the anniversary of the Oxford High School situation last week, State Representative Jeffrey Pepper of Dearborn introduced two bills to address gun violence. Now, of course, that's code for I want gun control. But let me show you what this is actually going to do, because there's two pieces here that are pretty important to dive into, not to mention all the insane fallacies in the press report, which we will cover most likely tomorrow. Right now, I just want to get this out to you so you guys can spread it and make sure that this is fully aware and the exposure gets to it. One bill would ban the possession and sale of semi-automatic rifles in 2024, and the other would ban the open carry of long firearms in public spaces. This is a long-term ban bill, the way that it's written. Again, focusing on next legislative session, this is what they're looking at, so a year out. Now, on the high level, keep in mind, this doesn't ban existing AR-15s or assault weapons. This would ban the sale in the future. So it's perfectly fine for the ones that are already there, because those aren't dangerous all of a sudden. But the ones that we would sell in 2024, those are way more dangerous. So you can have your rights, but your children and the next generation can't. And that's a bit of a conflict for me, since one of the main focuses and missions of this channel is passing on the blessing of the Second Amendment to the next generation. But this is what we're dealing with. This is what they are putting forward. Let's keep going. Representative Pepper wrote in a news release, quote, "If the federal government won't reinstate the automatic weapons ban that drastically reduced gun violence in the 90s, then it's time we take it into our own hands." Okay, first of all, let's address the fallacy that it drastically reduced gun violence in the 90s. It did not. That is an open, abject falsehood. But now they're going on the state level. This is kind of stacking with Illinois doing the exact same thing. We're seeing the blue states be more aggressive, while the red states, it's yet to be seen if we're going to continue to see a more aggressive gun rights defense posture. But let's keep going, because I got a few excerpts from the bill here. This is just high level. I'm just trying to get this to you as quick as I can. A bill to ban the manufacture, possession, purchase, and sale of assault weapons, to provide certain powers and duties for certain state and local officials and agencies, to provide for the promulgation of rules, and to provide penalties. Oh, it's going to be a felony, according to this. Again, next legislative session. This is just what they're putting out. Okay, I want to make sure that's extremely clear. Now, let me show you the few of the points that I picked out that might be of concern to you. A, the person registers the assault weapon with the Department of State Police in compliance with rules adopted for that purpose by the Department of State Police. So registration. Great. 2, the person renews the registration of the assault weapon every 5 years. Okay, so you got a registry and you've got a mandated renewal of essentially a license or a registration for rights that are already yours. And the last one, here's the penalty. A person who violates subsection 1 is guilty of a felony punishable by imprisonment for not more than 5 years. 5 years punishment in a penitentiary on a felony level because you dared to take advantage of your rights that are yours as an American citizen. Now, like I said, I want to reiterate, this is something that they introduced in this session. This is not necessarily reintroduced in the future sessions, because obviously it's not the future. But going forward, you've got Whitmer. She has complete control of the Senate, and she has complete control of the House. They have the juice to accomplish something if we do not act. We've got lots of groups and representatives. We got the hardware, the infrastructure, and the logistics ready for this fight, but we have to steel ourselves, because if you're in Michigan or Illinois or any other place that is a blue bastion that has recently been bolstered, this is the type of stuff that we're going to see, because this is now the second one we've seen so far in the last 2 weeks. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.